Many of my Republican friends want to put Social Security and Medicare back on the chopping block again. If anyone tries to cut Social Security and Medicare or raise retirement age again, I will stop them. Working people built this country. They pay more into Social Security than millionaires and billionaires do. It's not fair.
He would not require it for all Americans.
I don't think it should be mandatory. I wouldn't demand to be mandatory, but I would do everything in my power. Just like I don't think masks have to be made mandatory nationwide. We must increase vaccinations among the unvaccinated with new vaccination requirements. I wouldn't demand to be mandatory. Of the nearly 80 million eligible Americans who have not gotten vaccinated, many said they were waiting for approval from the Food and Drug Administration, the FDA.
White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows told FDA Commissioner Stephen Hahn that if he does not authorize the Pfizer vaccine today, he should submit his letter of resignation.
Within weeks of the Biden administration's proposed vaccine booster shot rollout, the Food and Drug Administration's two highest vaccine research officials are stepping down.
Reports say it's because they felt pressure from the White House to approve the booster shots before they say the science was ready.
Well, last month, the FDA granted that approval. So the time for waiting is over, but we need to do more. This is not about freedom or personal choice. It's about protecting yourself.
We can verify, no, the vaccine will not prevent you from getting COVID. That is false.
And those around you, the people you work with.
A fully vaccinated person could spread COVID-19 to an unvaccinated person.
The people you care about, the people you love.
That choice doesn't seem so tough to me. Vaccinated person having a heart attack? Yes, come right on in. We'll take care of you. Unvaccinated guy who gobbled horse goo? Rest in peace, Wheezy.
I think they're very selfish and unaware and ignorant, and they're only thinking about themselves.
They don't care if it affects other people. That's the thing.
It's time to start blaming the unvaccinated folks, not the regular folks. It's the unvaccinated folks that are letting us down.
Just get the vaccine. Roll the up and get the vaccine. You heard what? On whose podcast?
Is he a doctor? No. Scientist? No.
Can he name one of the ingredients in the vaccine?
Can he point to his gabella?
Then tell him to shut the up.
Many of us are frustrated with the nearly 80 million Americans who are still not vaccinated, even though the vaccine is safe, effective, and free. We've been patient, but our patience is wearing thin, and your refusal has cost all of us. So tonight, I'm announcing that the Department of Labor is developing an emergency rule to require all employers with 100 or more employees that together employ over 80 million workers to ensure their workforces are fully vaccinated. I don't think it should be mandatory. I wouldn't demand to be mandatory or show a negative test at least once a week.
New York City is now requiring all city employees to be vaccinated against COVID-19, no longer with any option for weekly testing instead.
While the vaccines provide strong protection for the vaccinated, we read about and hear about and we see the stories of hospitalized people on their deathbeds among the unvaccinated over the past few weeks.
Staff members are seeing signs of improvement. Fewer new patients and the need for COVID wards drops. A dark COVID unit at Missouri Baptist Medical Center left him speechless.
As I was leaving, I walked through one of the COVID units, and it is dark, completely closed.
This is a pandemic of the unvaccinated.
From the CDC today, a new report out just this week says vaccines, get this, were less effective than natural immunity against the Delta variant.
State made an effort to expand the number of hospital beds that could treat sick residents. The governor took swift action, setting up temporary field hospitals in Worcester, Boston, Lowell, and Cape Cod. Right now, only the Worcester and Boston facilities are in use.
For a field hospital that has never been used, not once.
And the state started building an overflow care center in the Colorado Convention Center so that if hospital beds ever reached capacity, COVID patients could recover here. That never happened. Cases declined, and the beds sat empty.
I feel it's like a waste of money. It has never been used.
And what you may not know is the beds are still here with a huge price tag. The cost to keep the beds here and lease the space is $60,000 a day. That's roughly $1.8 million a month for empty beds.
You're quite right. We have to be good stewards of the taxpayer money.
The only sound here comes from the wind blowing the rope of the empty flagpole. The hospital lights are off, the parking lot deserted. Jamestown Regional Medical Center has been closed for 11 months. But records show the federal government sent this locked hospital a stimulus check worth more than $121,000.
It's just bizarre to me, ultimately.
The unvaccinated overcrowd our hospitals, are overrunning emergency rooms and intensive care units, leaving no room for someone with a heart attack or pancreatitis or cancer.
A strange side effect from the pandemic, Bay Area emergency rooms are nearly deserted.
This summer, we made progress through the combination of vaccine requirements and incentives.
Do you say free fries when you get vaccinated? You're saying I could get this, these delicious fries? Wait a minute. But there's also a burger element to this? Let me check with Bill Neathart. Vaccination. I'm getting a very good feeling about vaccination right this moment.
What more is there to wait for? What more do you need to see?
Play-by-play announcer for the Atlanta Hawks basketball team slumps in his chair, then starts convulsing while his co-anchor keeps going, unaware of the emergency.
I look for this kid to have a really good first half of the season.
Alyssa, this really is the calm before the storm.
Not again, no!
So you're saying we need to only activate mandatory vaccinations as soon as it will be vital? Won't it be much too late then?
Wir müssen uns und ja. Hier ein Problem. Augenblick bitte. Christian.
He's not gone on the tour of Japan. Shaq.
We've made vaccinations free, safe, and convenient. The vaccine has FDA approval. Over 200 million Americans have gotten at least one shot.
Clearly, Jesus loves me the most. Seriously. So nice. So nice.
Hepinizi saygıyla selamlıyorum.
That one of the great reasons to go out and get vaccinated is bring the city back, full reopening.
I got you $1. Oh, you almost had it. You gotta be quicker than that.